to be the king.
Hail to the king, baby.
Guess who's back?
Before I get started, I'd like to kindly ask that you hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel for more content just like this.
Come on, push the button!
Yeah, come on, push your button!
That's right, the king of physical media has returned from his 2-week hiatus, and I'm back with another haul video. This week we have audio cassettes, we have video games, and of course we have the big kahuna, VHS. But before I get into that, for those that don't know, I now have a P.O. box. So if anybody would like to send me something out of the kindness of their heart, here's where you would do that. Again, I'm not asking for anything, I'm just putting it out there because people were asking. But with some exciting news, I actually received my first package from one of my viewers.
Excellent!
I'm almost confident that it's from one of the best people that I've met on YouTube, that being my buddy Kane Crow. He's a loyal listener and always leaves a comment and is always down to have a conversation with me about every video that I make. So assuming this is from him, let's see what we have here.
What's in the box?
No way! Wow, this is really cool. Guys, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'm a big fan of Scarface. And actually, I remember a couple weeks back, I got the Scarface VHS, and I had a conversation with Kane Crow, which I believe this is from him. But he basically told me he wasn't a fan of the movie, and I couldn't really believe that. But cool little thing here, he actually sent me a Scarface Tony Montana 7-inch figure. It's Tony sitting in his chair from the movie. I don't know if you can see it. He's kind of leaning back. It's kind of hard to see because it's inside in plastic. I might have to do an unboxing for this now. This is from SD Toys. This is very cool. I've never seen this before. I so rarely ever find anything Scarface related, so this is a really cool item. Oh my god, thank you so much. This is probably one of the best things I could have started out with doing my first P.O. box opening. Maybe I'll try to get some pictures of this and put it in the video somewhere here so you can get a better look at it. So Kane Crow, thanks again, man. This is really awesome. This is definitely going on the new set when I rebuild my movie room.
So say goodnight to the bad guy.
Okay, now on to this week's haul. This first item is something that I don't cover much on the channel, but this was a gift to me from Mama Reels and B Reels. This is an 8mm film reel of a horror movie called The Undead. This movie's from 1957 and it's directed by Roger Corman. And just look at that box art. Even on home movie reels, they had cool box art. Also, if you open up this box, there's a little checklist inside and you can collect 8mm films. I absolutely love vintage stuff like this, and this is going to look great in my new movie room whenever I get it done. I also got this audio cassette of the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack from 1982. This is very awesome. Still need to find the VHS of Conan the Barbarian to complete my Schwarzenegger collection. Mama Reels and B Reels also got me an NES game, but it's not just any NES game. This is the NES game for Mad Max. For those that don't know, this is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time, and also something that I still need to acquire on VHS. My toy room is also out of commission right now due to the flood of 2021.
White man's burden, Lloyd, my man. White man's burden.
But as soon as it's up and running again, I'll be popping this bad boy into my NES first thing. One other little cool thing I got here, and this one's from Papa Reels. It's an unopened, unused Blockbuster gift card. Such a cool little part of movie rental history right here. Of course, I love anything with Blockbuster on it. And what makes it really cool is my dad was the one who actually took me to the rental store most often on the weekends. Very awesome. So cool to have something like this. And now we move on to the King specialty. It's VHS time, people.
Jesus fucking Christ, it's about time!
First up, I might already have this, but my VHS collection is kind of scattered right now due to the condition of my basement. But this is Young Frankenstein. Awesome cover art, of course, as always. I expressed my admiration many times on this channel for Mel Brooks and his unfiltered comedy that he used to make. It was comedy without boundaries, and that's the way comedy should be. This is definitely a must-have, and I just realized that I need to add Spaceballs to my most wanted VHS list, because you can't have a Mel Brooks collection without Spaceballs.
We ain't found shit!
I also got this horror 2-pack of the Amityville Horror and the Amityville Horror 2, The Possession. I think I just got the original Amityville Horror a couple weeks back on a haul, but this one had part 2 in it as well, and basically I pick up anything that's horror related as far as VHS goes, just because they are so hard to come by. Now we're going to have a couple of hard clamshells.
A what?
First up, we have Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean. This is clearly a rental case. You can even see the sticker that used to be on it that's kind of been peeled off, but some of it still remains. I actually have really fond memories of seeing this movie for the first time with my grandfather. He was a big James Dean fan. So this one, on top of being a classic, also has sentimental value for me, so I was definitely happy to find this. Also in a hard clamshell, we have the Transformers The Movie from 1987. Full disclosure, I don't know that I've ever seen this movie, but I do know that it's regarded as one of the best animated movies of all time. I wasn't really raised on Transformers. I was kind of not in the right age bracket for that, but I still have a lot of respect for the property, and I was definitely happy to find this in a thrift store. And look at that cover art. That is just so 1980s. Up next, we have Lethal Weapon 3, the only Lethal Weapon movie I didn't have on VHS yet. This is easily my least favorite of the series, but I pretty much love the series as a whole so much that I needed to complete it. Also, special shout out to Richard Donner, who directed all of the Lethal Weapon movies, and unfortunately, he recently passed away. I can't express how important this series was in my upbringing, and I'm forever grateful to have them thanks to Mr. Donner's genius. To finish this haul off, I have a triple shot of Eastwood that we're going to get into. It's weird, I go through spurts while collecting VHS where I'll find a lot of one actor or a lot of one director's movies, and I've been finding a lot of Eastwood movies lately, which is a good problem to have. First up, we have Play Misty For Me, a movie that I've actually never seen but have always wanted to. It's essentially Clint Eastwood starring in a horror thriller of sorts. This is Clint Eastwood's directorial debut, and he also stars in the movie as a radio DJ who eventually gets stalked by one of his listeners.
But you one crazy ass bitch!
I love the cover of this movie as well. It definitely gives me Psycho vibes. Up next, I have a sealed copy of Heartbreak Ridge. This is an underrated Clint movie that people should watch if they haven't already. He's an absolute beast in this movie and high-teed like only Clint Eastwood can be. And last but certainly not least, we have probably Clint's most famous movie to date. Of course, I'm talking about Dirty Harry on VHS. This is such an iconic role and performance for Clint as the renegade, tough-as-nails cop known as Harry Callahan. For those that don't know, this movie's actually based on the real-life Zodiac murders, a subject that is of personal interest to me, but this is an absolute classic and a must-have for anyone trying to complete their Eastwood collection.
You got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
So let me know what your favorite pickup was in the comments down below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time right here on Real Shift. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Y'all be cool. Shut up.